It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. Okay, my friends, it's a Monday, and it's a Metal Monday, but more importantly, we're continuing the party today, y'all. It's a Metallica Monday, and we don't do this very often. Back on Friday, we listened to Side 1, the first 4 songs of Master of Puppets by Metallica, and we had such a good time that we decided to get right back to it and do Side 2 today. So I am happy that you are with us. We had over 1,000 people attending our premiere of our Friday video where we listened to the first 4 songs of Master of Puppets, and it was so much fun, y'all. So to prepare for today, I'm wearing my Holy Buckets shirt. You may have not seen it before, but I will give you a sneak peek. It's Holy Buckets, and we haven't sold very many of these, but if you would want one, it's available for purchase on our merch store in case you want to walk around with my face in full color on your shirt. But it was a kind of an inside joke. I say occasionally Holy Buckets when something crazy in music happens, and we just decided to put it on a shirt. So I am expecting some Holy Buckets moments today. Today we're going to hear Disposable Heroes, Leper Messiah, Orion, and Damage Incorporated, all of Side 2 of Master of Puppets from Metallica. This is their 3rd album, as we remember, from March of 1986. Their first album was Kill 'Em All, and then they came out with Ride the Lightning, and with this 3rd album, they really established themselves as a leader in metal music, especially in the mid-'80s to late 80s. The riffs and the lyrics and the arrangements on Side 1 were among the best that I've heard, y'all, on a metal album, and I think the sounds really hold up all these years later, not only for the music but for the lyrics, the politically charged lyrics. They were exploring themes of control, of power, of the abuse of power, as well as the consequences of being alienated, of being oppressed, of being abused, mistreated, and feeling powerless, all of those things. And so I think we're going to continue on with those themes here on Side 2, and I can't wait, so let's get to it. We got James Hetfield on vocals and guitar. He's also our lyricist. Kirk Hammett is on lead guitar. Cliff Burton, rest in peace, Cliff, is on bass and backing vocals, and Lars Ulrich is on the drums and percussion. We start off with Disposable Heroes. Now, I did hear this song about 2 years ago in June, a couple years ago, as we celebrated a D-Day anniversary. And as I read about it here, as I got into it to prepare for this episode today, I remembered just how much of an anti-war song this is. It's from the point of view of a soldier whose general is ordering him to keep fighting, no matter if it means going for sure to your death. And in the game, quote unquote, of war, the soldiers are seen as expendable, and Metallica is talking about it. So let's rehear this one so I can remember what it sounds like. Because, yeah, I heard it a couple years ago, but it's been so long that I don't remember a ton of it, y'all. So this will be a good opportunity for me to re-listen to the few that I've heard in the past in the context on the full album with the ones from this album that I have not. So let's get to it, y'all. Side 2 of Master of Puppets from Metallica starts off with Disposable Heroes. Off we go. Right. Into it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check it out, Kirk. Wow. Sounds like they're in E. They were in E the whole time on Side 1, so that's consistent. Big snare. Pow. May Ray, Ra, Do. There's some of that flat 2 hanging out. We talked about that last week as well. Chromatic third, went to C sharp. Big intro. We haven't got to the verse yet. No one to play soldier now. They've been mistreated. Bred to kill them all, victim of what says should be servant till I fall. It's an aggressive riff. So they're in C sharp now. It's yours to take away. Really cool mixing of these riffs here. Back to the front. That I remember. You will die when I say you must die. Damn. Bodies fill the fields I see, the slaughter never ends. And there's that move back to C sharp. The riff is really aggressive, harsh, unrelenting. Then it goes down to B. A to B.
Back to the front.
The front.
What I say. When I say back to the front.
Yeah.
You will die. When I say you must die. Back to the front. You coward. You servant.
You coward, you servant, you blind man. Cool. Yeah, see, I listen to these, and then I listen to so much other stuff. It's hard to remember it all because I don't have repeat listens. Hell is here. Double line with that solo. Someplace they haven't been. C natural. That's flat 6 and now back in E. Flat 6. Back to E. The C natural and the E have a lot of the same notes in them, y'all. So the progression that they're using allows for much of the same notes to be in the texture. Holy shit. Okay. die with only friend alone. I clench my gun. It's so shitty that we treat people this way, right? Send them to their sure death. Bred to kill, not to care. Do just as we say. I love these lyrics, y'all. Get back into the chorus riff. It's going down by half step, back to the front. G, F sharp, G, F, then the E.
You coward, you servant, you blind man, back to the front. Back to the front.
This is really hitting hard, especially with D-Day just earlier this month, right? The 80th anniversary of D-Day and the ongoing wars in the world. That's a new place. That was a half step above the C sharp. Cool. I gotta take these off so I can fix my hair. Woo! Back to the front. One of the main reasons why I think that is such a powerful line is because front has double meaning here, right? Back to the front is just, no, you're in the back and now you have to go back to the front again of the line. Like, no, you're expendable. You're going to be right out front for everybody to shoot at, you know? But it's also the front of the actual army. That's our offensive. That's that. No, you can't rest. You can't avoid it. That's where you have to go. Because you know why? You're a servant and that's what we're telling you to do. And we're in charge, not you. You're expendable. We need you to go out there and put your life on the line for whatever they feel like their life is worth, you know? It's an amazing song. Amazing. Whew. Let's keep going, shall we? Next up is Leper Messiah. So like we were talking about, y'all, in this album, they've been doing these songs on corruption and on controlling people. And in this song, what it looks like in the lyrics is that they're taking on corruption and religion. Might as well. In the first verse here, spineless from the start, sucked into the part, circus comes to town, you play the lead clown. I think the lead clown, the leader of the circus here, is analogous to a preacher, a revivalist preacher, the preacher that goes around in the tents and, playing the carnival barker, to borrow more from the metaphor. And this carnival barker is giving the masses something for which they can give their money. Him. Specifically, but they don't get anything in return. Society doesn't get better. He doesn't do anything good with the money. All that they get is a better seat, looks like. So let's take a look at Leper Messiah from Metallica. Here we go. Count it off, Lars. They came in on 2. He counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let's E to F sharp, bum, bum. So again, E. E. Check out Cliff down there.
Spineless from the start, sucked into the pot. Circus comes to town. You play the lead clown. Whiz, spreading his disease, living by his story. Knees, falling to your knees.
Suffer for his glory. Something Yoda would say. Suffer for his glory, you will. Right?
Time for lust, time for lie, time to kiss your life
Time to
goodbye.
kiss your life goodbye. Send me money. Send me green heaven you will meet. You'll get the better seat, y'all.
Bound to Leper Messiah.
This is pretty darn cool.
Marvel at his tricks. Need your Sunday bits. Blind devotion cave. Running your brain. Cave, join in the tape. Taken by his glamour. Infection is the game.
It's a more simple tune than I've heard on the album so far. See where they go. Well, that's chromatics, descending chromatic bass line. Sharp D, C sharp, mom, D, A, La. New section. Okay, half step. Slightly different scale. So that's an E, F, G, A, E. Woo! Kurt solo. Woo! They're using that same progression. So that's an E. So it's a two phrase. Right? Wow. Descending chromatics on Time to Kiss Your Life Goodbye. That was heavy. Coda? The song's almost over. It's that opening riff again, right? Is it over? Okay. I think it is. I don't know if I like the ending, those multiple stops and starts. I thought they had a really cool ending where it was. Those last 20 seconds or so, but that's their choice, you know? So good for them that they did it. I was thinking here at the end, y'all, hang on. Doing too much of this, and I've got to get a haircut. So, what are you going to do? Right? Got to look pretty, you know? You got to look pretty. If you're on YouTube, you got to do the part, you know? So, at the end, at the end here, this outro, time for lust, time for lie. Time to kiss your life goodbye. Send me money, send me green. Heaven you will meet. Make a contribution, and you'll get the better seat. It's like, I'm in with God. You just give me the money. You'll be fine. And then it ends. Lie, 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 lie. Right? And it just made me think, y'all, I don't get political on this channel, but it just made me think of our liar, you know, in the Republican Party that is just ruining everything. And I hope that that carnival barker goes away quite soon. It reminds me of him and his cronies, what they're talking about here. And that's all I'm going to say on that. And I'm going to move on. But that's what it reminded me of. And that guy can't be away from public life soon enough, shall we? So, on we go, y'all. Let's take a look at Orion. And this is an instrumental that I have heard before, but it's been a long time. Friends, I heard this one in September of 2021. So, it's beyond time to give this one another shot. And as I read in today, I found out that Cliff Burton thought of this song as one of his favorites, if not his very favorite, that the band plays. And apparently he's going to use his bass in some unique ways during this song that I need to take a look out for. Apparently there's some bass features that are commonly mistaken as being done on a guitar. Especially in the early part of the song where they say it sounds like an organ, but no, it's Cliff on his bass using a wah-wah pedal, a Leslie speaker, and a delay on effect on his bass. So I am curious to hear again Orion, this big-time instrumental masterpiece from Metallica. So let's hit it, y'all. Orion. Off we go. It does fade in, doesn't it? That low note's an E. Okay. Minor. Okay. There's Cliff's influence. The leading tone to one, that's the classical influence there. You go down to the B, but it's B major with the D sharp to E. It's different than using that subtonic that most rockers use. That's the D sharp, the leading tone back to E. Cool. almost like they were in A for that little section. Oh, E. They're in E. This doesn't really sound familiar. I'm sure I would have pointed out the leading tone. But now I just gotta shut up and listen to Kurt. Change the chord. They changed to B. A, F sharp, E. So they're back on E. Moved up a key to F sharp. Woo! That sounds familiar. On that solo, is that Kurt or is that James? Really melodic. Cliff really did add that special sauce to this lineup, you know, in their early years. He's kind of the musical glue that brings them all together. Special, special player. Listen to him, he's all over the fretboard. Really beautiful melodic bass playing. Guitar takes over. We're still in F sharp. There's subtonic. Hear how they stayed on Tay? They went back down to E. That's subtonic. That's cool. Hey. That's a 5 chord. 4. Good spot to use some double kick right at the end, and it's understated. I like that. It's a great instrumental, y'all. It's got good structure. It's got really melodic playing. You've got Cliff's influence on it playing all through there. Really lovely. Orion. I remember really liking that, y'all, a few years ago. But I didn't remember a lot of the music, and I didn't remember a ton of it from here, you know? But it's great to come back to these and be reminded, especially in the context of the whole album, right? So we get through all of the first 6 songs, and we've talked about all this heavy stuff, and then they set up an instrumental before they give us the last song, which is Damage Incorporated. And as I look at this one, we're on some more just issues, the same issues, you know, just bad stuff that people are involved in and allow themselves to be mistreated or used, or they're the ones doing the mistreating and abusing. And I'm really curious to see what the incorporated part of this is as it comes into focus here. So let's finish out the album, y'all. This has been a really fun ride. So let's get ready for Damage Incorporated from Metallica. Here we go. Soft. Listen to that. Reminds me of a classical progression, y'all. Like, that's a progression that could have been written by Bach in a chorale, you know? Really cool to come out of Orion with that. And then we are revved up. Back in E. The whole album is in E, y'all. And I don't even care. And they've got that tritone again, that A sharp. Blood will follow blood. Dying time is here. Damage Incorporated. Rock and roll, y'all. Victim is your name, and you shall fall. good halftime little riff here. Fear, with fear it's like amped up. We've done it before. There's a move to F sharp. Up to the 2. And then down. Tritone. Is it a tritone or just a 4? Doesn't matter. Bum, bum, bum. Just keeps going, y'all. No fucking regrets. Step a little closer. Cool rhythms. Dan, 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 diggity dan. Right? Sorry for the bad singing. Flat 2 is how they end the whole thing. Yum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum. That is a life-changing experience, friends. That's a big-time album. Woo! My allergies are going. My arms are tired. I'm out of breath. I think I just listened to Metallica, friends. Holy crap. I mean, my hair is standing on end. I can't... is this one of the better metal albums of all time or what? I think it is. I think it is. Is this the best Metallica album? I don't know enough yet to make that decision. I don't know enough yet. But boy, it's pretty damn good. Let me talk about this last song. I did take a look through these lyrics here. It's the culmination of the entire album. And I think that lyrically here, James is making a pretty intense metaphor. I think Damage Incorporated. You'll know just where we come from. And then the whisper, Damage Incorporated. I think the metaphor is that Damage Incorporated is the corporation of humanity or the human race. Us, corporately, you know, collectively. It's the company or corporation that we all work for, at least while we're here, as a part of the species. And to James, it looks like this corporation is brutal. It's savage. It's vicious. Unwavering, right? Verse 3. Know just how to get just what we want. Tear it from your soul. And nightly hunt. Fuck it all. And fucking no regrets. Never happy endings on these dark sets. All's fair for Damage Inc. You see. Step a little closer, if you please. Like to your death. I think it's talking about mortality. It's also talking about the way humans treat humans, which I think is, when you boil it down, the entire album. How humans treat other humans and how we react to that. You know. You know what comes to my mind? It's a bit of a non sequitur, but my nose is running. I am a big fan of Stephen Colbert. Megan and I have enjoyed his shows for many years, and we've actually attended 3 of his tapings over the years. One time we got to hear Radiohead when they were on with him. That was pretty fun. But he does this thing that he calls the Colbert Questionnaire, and it's these series of questions that are meant to, elicit evocative responses and you get to know a person, right? And so one of his questions that he always poses is, what is the scariest animal? And if I were his interviewee, the first thing that comes to mind is the mosquito. Carrier of disease, those little things bug the crap out of me, but I think the scariest human, or the scariest animal, I said it, is humans, right? We engage in senseless violence, senseless destruction. You see it, on the news, and in our communities. And I think this song is just James's way of just simply pointing that out, just putting it on the table. It's heavy, it's intense, but in the end, I think it's making this point collectively that we're pretty shitty to ourselves as a human race. And now that I've heard the whole album, I really do get a sense of the thematic cohesion of all that they're saying here. While it's not a concept album, they're really talking about control and corruption, how people treat people. Both at the personal level and at the corporate level. And so if we go back through everything, I get the sense that, Damage Incorporated here is kind of a sequel to the last song on the first side, Welcome Home Sanitarium. Now that we've pointed out this corruption and we've called a spade, what are we going to do about it? Is it time to rebel against this, to break out of the status quo, to break out of the repetitive cycle of mistreatment? Almost 40 years later, and all of this is still very top of mind because we're still shitty to each other, probably more shitty than we were when he wrote this. As I go back through all of the songs, don't be, they're saying don't allow yourself to become a puppet to the puppet master. Don't fall into that control. Don't go mad, searching for the shadows, for some monster, some Cthulhu, right? Just do your thing. Don't allow yourself to be mentally abused or mistreated like they do in sanitariums and gaslighted, and all of that sort of stuff. Don't allow yourself to become disposable, right? Disposable heroes or expendable on a battlefield that's not of your choosing, Don't allow yourself to be swindled by a false prophet. That's happening these days, right? And I think here, have the courage to break the damaging cycle of humanity, one individual at a time. Sometimes that's what it takes. We tend to learn when we're young, well, if that's how this person treats people and they are successful and that's what they get, so maybe that's how I should treat people if I want to get my way or if I need to survive or do this or do that. It's a cycle. We repeat it time after time after time. And the taking time to deal with it in art like this allows us to think about it while we're not actively going through it, which gives us perspective to look back on it and say, yeah, the next time that tends to happen to me, I'm going to be ready for it. And I'm going to have tools at my disposal, mentally, physically, whatever, to not fall prey to this type of corruption. And I'm going to break that cycle and I'm going to be better for it. I think that's what they're talking about, and it's so interesting going into this Daily Doug stuff like 3.5 years ago. My interpretation of metal music is harsh sounds. They must be harsh or negative somehow, or just angry. Well, yeah, anger, but almost without exception, the great heavy metal songs are about important humanistic things. Things that we see, things that we experience, and we're like, hey, that's bullshit. Don't do that. Just stay here. Do the right thing. Don't fall into all that crap. And they're angry about it, and they're upset about it, and they're getting it out in their music. And it's like, hey, damn it, what the hell? That's how it comes across to me. And, if I was writing on these topics, I put in some harsh, harmonies and rhythms and aggressiveness in the music, because that's the churning of the emotions underneath. And so I understand the music. I think I understand what they're talking about. Excuse me. And I think that I'm better for it. Something I never would have thought that I'm saying. Metallica, Master of Puppets. Great album. And I'm better for having heard it and thought about what all they were talking about and hearing all of their sounds. It's worthy, friends. It's worthy music. It doesn't matter if you studied music in college for 10 years or you've never studied music at all. We all can appreciate that in our own way. And I am just pleased to have a platform here and an ability to speak my mind and have time to process all of it and to say what comes to mind and to share it with all of you. I hope that it makes sense. I don't script these things. It's just what I think after having gone through the experience of really trying to listen and understand what they're trying to say in their art. So, y'all, that's it. All of Metallica's Master of Puppets. We did it. 2 successive Daily Doug days on a Friday and a Monday. Now we can go forth with our armor of, whatever we're going to do to not fall victim to the BS that's around us. So I hope y'all have a good week. We're off to a great start. This has been Master of Puppets Side 2 from Metallica. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next time on another edition of the Daily Doug.